Holy cow, folks, RFK Jr. is big mad that the American Academy of Pediatrics has broken from the CDC's vaccine recommendations, specifically for the COVID vaccine in kids. So he railed on social media trying to accuse the AAP of being bought by Big Pharma and having significant conflicts of interest. So I'm going to have you pause to read so you can see the entire statement yourself, and I'm going to advance it since it's a much longer statement and give you more information. At the end of the post, he puts an image from the AAP showing the Friends of Children Fund and its corporate donors and claims that virtually all the vaccines on the CDC's recommended schedule come from these 4 companies. And that's not true. There's actually 7. But besides the point, he's trying to connect the dots that don't really make sense if you think about what this fund is and what conflicts of interest actually mean. So this fund has nothing to do with vaccine policy. It has everything to do with child health initiatives, education, and advocacy. When it comes to actual vaccine guidelines, the people who make those guidelines have to disclose their conflicts of interest, and they do this in an evidence-based manner, regardless of what the donors do. So let me give you an analogy to help in case you are having a conversation with somebody else. Think about a library and people who donate to the libraries. If you give a big donation, you could have your name on a plaque somewhere or to name a room in the library after you, but you don't have the ability to dictate the library's ability to purchase specific books because of your donation. You are trying to fund the library so that they're able to manage themselves. This is the same type of issue here where these companies are giving funds for initiatives, but it's shielded from vaccine policy. On the other hand, there is now evidence to suggest that prior to RFK Jr. coming into office, the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices that make vaccine recommendations for the CDC had their financial conflicts of interest disclosed, and it was studied over time, and it was almost non-existent prior to RFK Jr. coming in. But then he lied to the public to say that they were having massive conflicts of interest, and then he got rid of everybody and then put in people that he felt would be stewards of his message and his beliefs. So most of the people on the committee either are not experienced enough or they're anti-vaxxers themselves. I am a fellow of the American Academy of Pediatrics, and I stand by what the AAP has recently done to make a statement that the current Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices with the CDC has been compromised.